Hello, my name's Michael Hurd, aka The Original Being, and I'm a fan of Doctor Who. Plus I talk about bits and pieces on YouTube. I'll have to say the 8th Doctor, Paul McGann, largely because of his enthusiasm of the world around him, really. It's like this, he's very infused, like he travels back in time, or heads to the future, or to any planet. He basically revels in this sort of environment, like saying, look at this place, he's like some very sort of interesting tour guide, really. And you sort of get on with him, really. He'd be more interested in actually, talk about, bits and pieces, to show you a really good time. I think it'd be really interesting to travel with. There's only ever one Doctor Who monster that's all ever freaked me out, and that was the Malice from The Awakening. Basically because of its facial features, and also I remember many years ago I went to the Doctor Who exhibition in Blackpool, and they had a little exhibit. There's a little walkway of various photos from the 80s, really, and one of the exhibits, someone pressed the button and out shone the Malice creature, the small one, not the actual face, but the Malice creature, and his head turns and red eyes and stuff. That actually freaked me out when I first saw it. It is quite a freaky design, really. I don't think anyone's really mentioned that one, so... But that one stuck with me for quite a while, so I have to say the Malice. My first Doctor Who story was Father's Day from 2005. As many people from my generation, we sort of came to, Doctor Who coming to our house, of course, back in 2005. I remember my mum was watching it, actually, and it was a scene when the Reapers pounced on the wedding guests, and that freaked me out, that did, and I just raced out the room. So it was sort of a behind the sofa moment for me. And since then, I've always been intrigued and obviously sort of become a fan of it, really getting into the sort of the ethos of it, if you know what I mean. That's a very interesting question. I really don't tend to go on a rainy day, see what your favourites are, really. I tend to just walk in blind with an episode and think, okay, that'll do. More recently, I've been reading the Virgin New Adventures, actually. I'm currently reading halfway through Happy Endings at the moment. Really good stuff, actually. So it's when I feel like in the mood to read, to go into jump into Doctor Who. So I've been in some mood to do it, actually. So, but there you go. So I'll probably say it just varies, really, on that one. I'd probably say back in the 1980s, actually, because I've always wanted to, actually, because of my overall dress sense and how I look, really, I sort of blend in, really, with that sort of era, really, backwards looking down denim jeans and stuff, long, wavy, normal t-shirts, that could probably fit, actually, I could probably end up like the tail end of the 80s, like something 88, 89, and probably looking Woolworths for about 12 years or so, stacking shelves. That'll be a bit of a strange thing, but it might be interesting. I'm a fan of horror myself. I think all horror genre is quite experimental, and I think it's quite interesting. I'm a vinyl collector. I collect a lot of music. I do. More recently, I've been looking into a lot of the old children's stuff, children's TV shows at the time. Just examining, just basically seeing what I've missed out on my childhood. Really see what there is something interesting, some new unknown gems that I've never been aware of, and also drinking as well. I'm a bit of a love a good drink now and again.